Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Would you get in a fight with anyone ever? A fist fight?
No.
Why?
I'm pretty small. I don't see a scenario where I would win.
Do you feel like you could fight me and win?
You? Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was a respectful answer.
I think you could fight Lucas.
Yeah.
I think I like my chances, though.
I like your
I'm not
chances,
saying I'm
too.
100% confident that I would beat you, but I like my chances.
Well, would you hit a brave, beautiful girl?
No, but I would, Audrey.
Hey, and welcome back to Nosy Meerkats!
Yeah, welcome back. This is our first recording in a minute.
Yes.
And we've had a lot of developments. Number one, fewer teeth.
Fewer teeth. I was injured in a softball accident. Now I have an adorable lisp and a fake tooth. Softball accident is such a crazy way to get injured.
Not for you.
Feels
No.
pretty right for you.
Yeah, it's really not that crazy.
You know, I was talking to my roommate about it, and like after it first happened, and we were talking about how like a lot of people.
Yeah, you're not a psychic. It'd be crazy if you talked about it before it happened.
It happened. Well, it's funny you should say that because we were talking about like the cosmos of it all. How we felt like a lot of people were going through like really crazy shit.
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
felt like it was all happening at the same time. It felt like cosmic in some way. And then she goes, "Yeah, and on top of that, you were playing softball, which is like really important to you." And I was like, well, statistically, it's also the only way I could get hurt.
Yeah.
It's the only physical activity I do.
I mean, it could be like, a mic hitting your tooth and maybe breaking a tooth, something like that.
that would
you know?
be, I would kill myself if that
Yeah.
happened. That would
I've
be,
had mics hit my teeth, and it's the most disgusting feeling in the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah, but you're not going to knock out your own tooth on a microphone.
No, but I'm
You're not
flimsy enough as a
pup.
person.
That's true.
I'm flimsy enough as a person.
But
that
your
it could-
teeth are solid.
They're all right. Yeah, no, my teeth
Yeah.
are all right. Yeah.
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 How would you get injured?
I was a big rollerblader growing up, actually. So I have a
okay.
lot of rollerblading
You
scars.
whipped it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Did you ever watch Whip It with Elliot Page?
No, actually.
That movie's
Is that,
Double check it.
is that rollerblading based?
It's either roller skating or rollerblading.
It's all the same. I mean, technically it's not the same, but it's like same. I don't know.
That's really offensive of you, actually, to say they're all the same.
I think it's roller
Rollerblading
skating.
with 4 blades,
Roller
4
skating,
wheels versus
yeah.
3 in a row.
Yeah, you think that's the
Rollerblading is
same?
all in a line, and skating is like it's a
Yeah.
Yeah, but
there's
that's
a polygon created by the contact with the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, created by the Illuminati.
Yes.
Pentagon.
You're.
Yeah, you think, but you guys think that's all the same. That there's
Yeah.
no difference.
I mean, Illuminati and Pentagon saying it's all the same. That's a little racist.
Yeah, well, that's true.
It's kind of racist of you to say it all is all the same.
I mean, this is where I come out and say I am racist.
All the branches of government and secret ones thereof, they all look the same to me.
Yeah, I don't consider what are the branches? The executive,
Legislative and judicial.
legislative, and judicial. Judicial, Jew. I'm not saying it's not a coincidence.
I love how Audrey is just like, yes. Yes, that you can say that.
I'm not going to stop you.
We have a wonderful guest on today, but before we say that, Lucas,
Yes.
we're going to Fringe.
We are. We're going to the
We're
Fringe.
going to the Fringe.
We have a stand-up show connected to the podcast. It's called the Meerkat Comedy Hour. We are at Greenside, the Fern Studio.
The Fern Studio.
August 1st through the 23rd.
We will put the link in our show notes. You can buy tickets. You can see us live, and we're going
Yes.
to take real live listener submission questions.
Oh my God, it's going to be so much fun. They're going to be Scottish. We're going to understand what they say.
Yeah. We're not. Maybe you are.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I was being sarcastic when I said that I would understand what they say. I don't actually
Everything to me is going to sound like haggis.
know. Oh God.
Haggis? You ever had haggis?
I've
You ever
never.
had haggis?
I've had haggis meatballs.
Ooh.
Where they make it into it's delicious.
That sounds good.
Haggis is so good. I think British food is underrated.
No.
I think it's underrated. But you need to pick the right stuff and
Beans
know where
on
to go.
toast is underrated.
I like an English breakfast. I'll give them that.
Yeah. Oh, I love an English.
Do you like
breakfast.
beans on toast?
I don't like baked beans in general. Heinz baked beans I think is nasty. I was given it so much as a kid and I hated it.
Oh, you either love it or hate it if you get given it a bunch as a kid.
Yeah, it just not for me. But you are a fan of the British food.
No. I wouldn't say I'm a fan, but I would say I think they do a good breakfast. But I lived in England for a year, and I will say that the food that is good is mostly what they've stolen. Like, they do have great Indian food. Like, the best halal carts have been to have been in England.
Oh yeah.
But that's not really English food so much as like they do have really good food in England, but it's not English. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
The food that you can get there is like some of the best food from immigrant communities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I like their breakfast. I don't mind beans, and they do like big tomatoes.
Yes,
And I
love
like those.
That's nice.
That's
a fried
nice.
tomato is lovely.
Yeah.
You don't like a fried tomato?
No, because it's always wet.
Well,
That's
tomato is
part
a
of
very
what it-
wet. It's a very wet.
How are you going to fry something that's wet? It makes no sense.
If I had a nickel.
Government. I like every time you say that because it's like at some point you just are going to have a nickel, you know? you said
No, I won't.
Not in this economy.
No.
No.
Have you ever? When was the last time you used a nickel?
I don't think as an adult once. I occasionally I use a quarter. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got coin operated laundry.
Yeah, but like a nickel? Like
Not
I
with a
think
nickel.
there's like a movement to abolish the penny, but what about the
A
nickel?
movement.
There is a movement.
there is.
There is
I
a
know.
movement to abolish the penny.
I believe you. I just think it's kind of a funny like people are like chanting down the streets,
Down
Yeah.
with the
walking
penny.
arm in arm down
Well,
with the penny.
the average penny costs more to make than it is worth. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like a huge waste of money.
Yeah.
Should its worth be decided by like the government? Like, doesn't it have
It's
inherent
money,
value?
so
It's money, yeah. It's the
It-
only thing it's supposed to
But it
is
has
be worth something.
It has inherent value. It's beautiful.
You
know?
think pennies are beautiful?
I think
It's not a girl that needs to be told she's beautiful.
you don't know Penny like I do. Penny has had a really hard life. Okay,
Someone
Yeah.
Tina
Yeah,
that Gabby's
yeah.
obsessed with.
she grew up in a broken home,
Yeah.
and I need to fix her.
Rich but disconnected from emotionally from her
Disconnected.
parents.
Yeah. No money of her own. Anyway, our guest today. But before we get into that,
Okay, she's a person.
whoa, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, that person over there is
Mm-hmm.
a repeat guest. One of the hosts of the
That person over there, Teapot.
Yes, one of the hosts of the show Best Night Ever, and I think we had some of our favorite clips that came out of Audrey's episode.
Oh yeah.
Give it up for Audrey Black.
Give it up for Audrey
everyone.
Black.
I think when you said that you wouldn't tell asexuals what to do the way you wouldn't go into the Ukraine and tell them what to do, that really got to me.
Well, that's how I feel.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Has your opinion changed?
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to speak on that issue the
Yeah.
same I wouldn't speak on the status of Ukraine. I think I'm not the expert. The kids on Tumblr are the expert about
Yeah.
asexuality.
But you used to be one of them on
The
Tumblr.
kids,
You used to be an asexual child on Tumblr?
not quite. I did used to have a Tumblr, but my parents kept banning it from the server at our house,
Oh.
and so I could only have it when the school I went to would sometimes have it banned and sometimes not. Like, it changed semester to semester.
Oh.
I don't know why. I think just there was one IT person that kept forgetting to ban it, and so depending on the semester, I could have an account, but otherwise I had access to no other Wi-Fi, and I did not have
Wow.
data at the time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Unlimited data, not available to 15-year-old me.
How old were you when you had your first smartphone?
Smartphone?
Yeah.
I think maybe 14.
14, okay.
Because you're a little younger than us. You're 4 years old.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're a
Yeah.
little baby. You were born in the pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 years
After this,
old.
I gotta go lie down in my crib.
I'm sorry you can't lie down after you eat right now.
Is that what they do with babies? I don't know. I'm not in charge of my own eating schedule.
No, because you told me that there's some reason you can't lie down when you eat.
I'm on, actually, I'll talk about this. I'm on a new medication.
Oh.
Here's the saga. I think this is actually kind of interesting. So in January, I started getting like little acne. What are you doing?
Pull your mic up.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
okay. In January, I started getting just like little acne spots on my chin, and they weren't like super noticeable, but I just know that I don't normally get acne that looks like that. And for a month straight, it wouldn't go away, and it was getting worse. And then I saw a TikTok by Victoria Paris, the influencer, where she was like, she's like a queer girl that yells about fashion.
Let me tell you about her.
Yeah, Lucas, what do you know?
I didn't get this far.
Okay. Go on.
And she had made this TikTok that had gone super viral where she was like, I'm getting these little spots around my mouth. And I like put it on my Instagram story, and everyone's messaging that it's like this type of acne you get from a toothpaste. And it's not like I'm like brushing my teeth so sloppy that toothpaste is getting on my chin. It's like the toothpaste has...
Yeah,
It's okay if you did.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But that's not what happened. That's not what happened.
Okay, you're kind of being mean to us.
You're also kind of protesting, which makes me think that's what happened.
Okay, sure, that's what happened. Do you like that story better?
I love it. Okay, it's not what happened.
Go on,
But it has
yeah.
a chemical in it that can, in some people, activate acne. And so, which is like, she was like, this is the toothpaste I use. And I went into my bathroom and I had bought that toothpaste from the grocery store. It was a Colgate whitening toothpaste. And I had never used it before. It was just like what the grocery store had. So then I go to the dermatologist and I'm like, I think I have this like really specific type of acne from my toothpaste. And he was like, how did you know that? Girls keep coming in and correctly diagnosing themselves with this condition. And then I had to explain to this medical professional who Victoria Paris is, because I was like, this influencer had like a really viral video about it. And I think that's why we're like figuring it out. Wow. But then I had to use a medication, and then I use it for like 6 weeks, and it didn't really work. Like it would make the acne go away, but then if I stopped to use it, was so after the 6 weeks, it was supposed to then be totally gone. And when I stopped using it, it like came back. So I was like, okay, it's still in my system. But he says it's this chemical called SLS. It's like a type of
Sodium
sulfate.
lauryl sulfate.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Yeah. No, my dad like talked to me about it religiously growing up. My dad was obsessed with like harmful chemicals in products.
This one
and he was like, this is what they used to like clean cars with, and it's just supposed, all it does is it foams up stuff. That's all it does. Is it's supposed to make things foamy because like it's an aesthetically pleasing thing, but it doesn't do anything. It's actually poisonous, and he was like just very scary with it. I was like, oh shit. And
Well,
so-
it gave me acne. And then after all of that, I tried, he was finally like, okay, I'm going to give you a pill that you have to take every day. Twice a day. And one of the requirements of the pill is that you have to take it with food, and you can't lie down for 1 hour after you take it. And
Sounds
having
like
to take
It's
this
not Accutane,
medication,
is it?
No.
Okay.
Having to take this pill twice a day has made me realize how irregularly I eat and how much I want to lie down all the time.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's actually blown my mind. If I'm home, then I was like, well, what if I'm sitting on the couch? Does that count? I'm like, do I call the help number to be like, can I sit? You know? So yeah, I'm on a medication where I can't lie down.
Oh no,
That's
you poor
crazy.
thing.
And Victoria Paris is the one who taught me about it. Thanks, Victoria.
Thanks, Victoria. Come on the pod.
girly.
Thanks, girly pop. On Accutane, can you lie down?
Oh yeah, no, you can lie down.
But it does
you-
crazy things to your body.
Yes, I
If
was
you
on a
lie
very.
down?
No, you can lie down, but you have to take it with food because it needs to be digested with some fat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like you can have like a spoonful of peanut butter or like some avocado or something like that, something fatty to like help your body digest it. But yeah, it rocks you. It makes your lips really, really
Yeah.
dry. You have to use tons of moisturizer, but it works amazingly.
Wow.
It works so well.
Do you know, I don't think they do this for boys. Did you take Accutane?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. So I had several friends in high school and a family member on Accutane. And so like I've seen it up close, and it rocks you. But when women take it, I don't know if you know this, you have to go into the doctor regularly and promise you're
Pregnancy
not getting
tests.
pregnant.
You have to take
pregnancy tests. I had friends in high school take it, and they were like 15 and not sexually active, and they still had to take pregnancy tests
Yeah.
because they're like, if you get pregnant, your baby will look crazy. And then they have a drawing of a baby that looks like, it's like the skull is huge, it looks like a little alien, and every day when you pop the pills out of the packet, you have to, it has the little baby on it to remind you.
Yeah. Oh no.
Take it out of the pill.
Do you know? I still actually find sometimes just like like tucked into like crevices of like corners of rooms, like the little tabs that I would have to peel off, the paper tabs from like
Yeah.
the pill boxes, and it would be like like the silhouette of a pregnant woman with a red X going through it.
Yeah.
Well,
I
now
still
it's
find
time
those
for
in-
me to get pregnant on Accutane.
Yeah, because you want to make a busted child.
I do. I want a cone baby. I want a baby I can eat ice cream off of.
That only works if the head is hollow.
Yeah,
and you
it would have to be
I'm going to hollow
indented.
that. Don't
Yeah.
worry about it. It'll happen.
Could
That's-
we maybe just get you an ice cream cone? Would that be better? Maybe because there'd be no
Would you
like
just
human
like-
rights
That's what I love
violation.
about my friendship with Audrey. She always has practical solutions.
Yeah.
Even when we're not joking like this, even when I'm genuinely like spiraling when I'm
That's so
spiraling,
funny.
I will
But
say
if
the
you want to
most
sit back,
insane
you can
shit.
like pull the mic to you if you
Okay,
want.
I'm-
Yeah. Yeah, you can
if
just
you
like
can
yeah,
if you can lie
perfect.
down.
I don't want to risk it.
You know what? Do you
Oh my
want me?
God.
Do you want me to adjust it for you?
No, this is okay. I think.
Oh, hold on.
is
Let me
this okay?
raise it up.
Okay.
You raise.
I'm
me
fine to sit
up.
like this.
It's very prim and
Okay.
proper. You have good posture.
Thank you.
Do you dance as a kid, or am I misremembering?
I
that?
did a little bit of dance as a kid. I did ballet, and then I was supposed to take the next class for my age group. I think they were like second graders. Was hip hop, and the teacher kept saying to us, "Now shake your booties," and I, as a little child, that really frightened me.
You were like, I don't know what's gonna happen when I do this.
I just like
The earth will shift.
I was like kind
And
of a priss, and like I found like bad words when I was really little for some reason. Like I remember like sometimes
I
little
see.
kids would say like, "Oh crap," and I'd be like, "That's disgusting that you would talk like that."
That's adorable.
I don't know. Like my parents don't really swear, and I just think I grew up with thinking it was like a really bad thing. But now as adults, they don't really care. So I think I kind of made
Yeah.
that up in my head.
Were you afraid of just using the word booty? Was
Yeah.
it just like the word?
I thought it was kind of gross and weird.
Yeah.
And
Or did you look at your ass in the mirror and just be like, you are not moving?
I think
Stationary
all the above.
Stay.
Yeah. But, you know, maybe I'd know how to twerk if I'd stayed in that second grade hip hop class and shook my booty.
Yeah,
you know?
I think so. And now I imagine you don't know how to.
Wait, say shake your booties, but like earnestly.
Well, it'd be the beginning of class, and she'd be like, "Are you girls ready to shake your booties?" You know? It's like a Southern woman.
Oh,
Aw.
yeah. Wait, were there, okay, in the South, were there like, so I recently watched the movie Little Miss Sunshine again, which is like my favorite
Oh,
movie.
such a good movie.
Such a good movie. Are there like beauty pageants?
Yeah, but I didn't have friends that participated.
Okay.
I know that it happens. What's much more common is that people do very intensive dance. I never did the intensive dance, but it's like there are at the high school, you want to be on drill team. It's actually a bigger deal in a lot of Texas high schools to be on the drill team versus be a cheerleader. And the drill teams are like, I can show you a video later. It's these girls that are like in like peak physical condition, like ripped, and they do like flips and these coordinated dances to like pop songs on the football field at halftime. And like girls start training to be on the drill team when they are like little girls. And so that's more, but that's very equivalent to a beauty pageant because you got to do the hair, you got to do the makeup. For a long time, I think the high school in my area abolished weigh-ins for the drill team like while I was in high school. Like it's very recently. When you
Oh, like
think
you
about
had
it.
That's
to
cool.
weigh yourself to.
Like you could, if you gained a pound or two, you were benched.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
Wait,
because they have to be thin. But
I
they're
get that like weigh-ins
strong.
for wrestling because like you have weight classes.
Yeah.
Because that's like
No,
that's
this
an
is-
important. But yeah, this.
This is just sexism. They just
Oh.
want the girls to be tiny but strong.
I, for one, think there should be weigh-ins everywhere. I
Just
think-
to like enter a coffee shop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think when you walk into
Become president?
into the park, oh, you have to be. Biden has to. But I don't think the weight should be about whether you're fat or whether you're skinny. I think you have to have weigh-ins where you reach like a really specific weight goal that is neutral. Like I think Biden should have to weigh exactly 187 pounds.
I just thought of something I think is really funny.
Yeah.
What if Trump's thing was like, weirdest thing, I'm 119. No one thinks it. I'm
Oh, that he's
weightless.
claiming to be like a hot girl weight.
Yeah. I'm 115.
Trump is his weight has been like he like talks about his weight and he's like, oh, I'm in like peak physical form.
Yeah.
He's on Wegovy.
Is that a weight loss drug?
Yeah, it's like Ozempic.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what do you think about the Ozempic craze?
The lift of Ozempic? Wegovy?
Yeah, and there's other ones that are like, remember Juno? The ride share?
Oh, I thought you meant the movie. I was like, how does this come into play?
No, there was
Juno? Okay, the ride share? I do not know that, no.
there was a ride share called Juno, and I feel like if there's
Okay.
a third weight loss drug. I lost the thread. But what do you think
Anyway.
of the Ozempic craze?
It's definitely not good. Because, thank you so much. Well, the human metabolism is a really fragile thing, and these people, often in their 20s, are the people abusing it. They're wrecking their metabolisms for the rest of their lives, you know. And I think for some people that like have health problems around weight, or I know it helps with diabetes, like
It was like
it's
meant
like a
to
miracle
cure diabetes,
I
and
didn't
it
know that.
accidentally became a weight loss
I
drug.
just learned that. I had no
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah, it has like a real medical use, but if you're like a 25-year-old girl that wants to lose 20 pounds and you go on Ozempic, you're gonna lose that in a couple weeks because it makes you not eat. So one, it's like, okay, go analog and just be anorexic. You know, it's a, I'm kidding. Don't everyone eat your veggies. But I don't know. No matter how you are getting yourself not to eat, even if it's a medication, like you wreck your metabolism.
Yeah.
And it means that like years later, your metabolism will not process food correctly. So you're just like ruining your body to be thin for a year. And then as soon as you get off the medication, and while you're on the medication, you will still suffer the consequences of not eating food.
Yeah,
You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
your nutrition will be. I do think for
What if
people,
I went on Ozempic?
Oh
you
no.
disappear. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I become 1 pixel wide.
Yeah.
Everyone say hi to Lucas. Lucas, say hi. Buzz.
Buzz?
Well, we wouldn't be able to hear you because you'd be 1 pixel.
Oh, so
Yeah.
I'd be like mosquito.
Yeah, you'd be mosquito.
Like a very long mosquito.
Yeah, the idea you'd stay. I think I'm thinking of it as like you start taking Ozempic and you just shrink entirely.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, I was imagining just being like yoing like
Oh,
that,
yeah.
and just like sort of like a line.
like a 2-dimensional figure.
Yeah, exactly.
Disappear behind the mic stand kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that
But-
for you.
I do believe that Ozempic is just anorexia, but actually worse for your body because you're using a medication to do it.
I don't know that it's worse for your body. Anorexia is probably worse for your body.
I think it depends on the severity, but
Yeah.
like if you're making yourself not eat with a medication, then your body can't feel
Yes.
normal hunger pains. And then like
Yeah.
the way that I mean, obviously extreme anorexia is like the most dangerous thing
Yeah.
you can do to your body, but using a medication to get to that point, I
Yeah.
think like complicates your body even more. I don't know. I think it's really bad to use it for weight loss for like vanity
Yeah.
reasons.
Yeah.
A reminder: none of us have medical degrees.
Yeah.
I just want that to be. I'm sure you know that, but I forget. I sometimes assume people know stuff.
I have a
They
master's
don't
degree
always.
in writing for television. if
and I
that
have a
helps.
bachelor's in theater.
Yeah.
I'm a doctor.
You're a doctor.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry,
Guys.
I'm.
Wait, I thought, why are you having me on? I thought I was here to be a doctor.
Okay. Do you want to answer some doctor questions?
Yeah, hit me with it.
What are the 3 branches of government?
Legislative, judicial,
Eh?
and Mr. President.
Yeah.
Mr. President. Do you
You actually nailed that. That actually was accidentally right. 'Cause that is all the executive branch
Yeah.
is the presidency. So yeah.
what do you think about RFK?
With the worm?
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, I forgot
worm.
about the worm.
That's kind of fun. That feels like a fun thing.
Yeah.
In politics right now, I feel like so much of it is so weird and sad, and then there's just a guy that's like, even the worm ate half my brain, I'm ready to lead this country. And isn't he what we deserve, in a way?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's like a folk song come to life.
Yeah.
In your medical opinion, what do you think the worm did?
I think the worm had babies in there.
Yeah, there's more worms.
Babies.
That's so nice.
baby
What?
worm.
No, but what happened to the babies?
It's like, you know, Inside Out with all the emotions?
Yeah.
Up there, he just has little worms. Like,
There's the anti-vax worm. They take it out. He's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you can get vaccinated now. I
but
don't
then
care."
instead of it being emotions, they just all feel worm things. So it's just in his head like someone steering the ship going, eat dirt, eat dirt, eat dirt, eat dirt.
Where's mom? Worm things. That's hilarious.
Poop out of your mouth. Poop out of your mouth. That's what they do.
What other things do worms do?
Those are the main two.
Yeah, they don't.
Slither!
They don't have hobbies.
Yeah.
You don't know.
They don't really get around to much more.
You don't know that worms don't have rich social lives. There's like one worm who's like a painter, and he's like, these people are just pooping out of their mouths.
One guy who does like poetry, like I write soil, not tragedies.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
He's an emo worm.
Yes.
Yes, I like that. I want a worm in my brain. I don't want to control it
I
anymore.
think that can happen.
Okay.
Do you want her to just take a swim in a bad river?
Ooh, I'll go to the Hudson.
That's a great
Yeah.
great place to find a worm.
Do you
Yeah.
remember on TikTok, like if it was like one of the first really viral TikTok videos when I feel like everyone got on TikTok in quarantine? That girl like there was that song. It's like New York, da, 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 and then she jumped into the Hudson River.
No, what?
No.
I don't.
You've never
remember.
seen this
I've
video?
never seen that in my life. No.
Okay. Well, it's exactly how I've described. It's like a girl being like, she's like in a bikini, and it's like a song about New York being an amazing city or whatever.
Yeah.
And then she jumps into the Hudson River, and you could see the Statue of Liberty in the background. And everyone was like, hey, you should go to the doctor. And then she made an appointment with me.
Yeah.
And she
You
had,
fixed her.
she grew another butt.
Oh.
She grew another butt.
That's what the Hudson
And
River
where
does.
and where is this girl? And is she single? And does she come from
so
a
what
broken
I
you're saying
can't
is-
Does she come
violate
from a
HIPAA.
broken
So
home?
what you're saying is the river literally ripped her a new asshole
Yeah.
with a second butt.
That's your medical opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can't tell you more because of HIPAA.
Okay.
Oh.
HIPAA being
Yeah, give it. Go.
uh
Yeah.
I actually can't because I know what HIPAA is because I'm really smart because I have a master's in writing for television.
And
I produce a podcast or I'm on a podcast with Lucas Arnold.
no, you produce a podcast.
I guess we do self-produce this podcast.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
I like your hat.
Thank you. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful hat. It's all mine.
It's all yours.
Yeah.
Do you remember when I broke your stress ball by accident?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, you've broken multiple things of mine and not apologized or reimbursed me for them.
Well, how much could a stress ball be?
That's the wrong question.
How
Huh.
much do you want for the stress ball?
Oh, 15.
Okay, I'll write that down. What are the other things I've broken?
You broke a fidget spinner as well?
How much is a fidget spinner?
I don't remember. Off
How
the top
much-
of my head.
How
Do
much
either of you
want
owe
from
me
it?
money? Do you want to?
I'm Googling how much a fidget spinner
I think
is.
you'd be a good findom.
Oh, I
God.
could
You'd be
totally.
a great findom. Just the way you said that, I was like, shit, I should give you money.
Fidget spinners are about $18, according to my search.
Oh my
Which
god.
feels too expensive.
Inflation has hit the fidget spinner industry.
They should be like $2 on like Alibaba or something like that.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
I'm sure
Alibaba?
even
It's like a
like Temu?
wholesale. It's kind of like Temu, yeah.
Okay.
It's like 2005 Temu.
I actually feel pretty confident that there are fidget spinners for like 50 cents on Temu.
100%, yeah.
But then they show up and it's just like a broken
Yeah.
piece of
I
plastic.
just Venmo you for the fidget spinner and the stress ball I broke.
Wait, what?
If you get in general in this life, if you guilt me, I will just do whatever you say.
Interesting.
Same, honestly. Yeah.
I don't feel that way at all, but it's
That's
very
and
good
that's
to know
good for
about
being
you
a
two.
findom.
That's
Is
great
that-
for being a fit. We
That's
should
great.
explain what findom is for those unaware.
Yes, financial domination.
Yeah.
It is, yeah, it's when you enter a relationship where you make someone give you money and they're submissive for it. That's pretty much it, I think.
Wait, so the dominatrix is the person who gives you money?
No, the
No.
dominatrix is someone who commands you give them money.
Oh, I see.
Yes, and I think you'd be perfect.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, you should do that.
I'm not looking into that at this time,
Okay.
but I'm glad that you see that for me.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's a great skill set.
Yeah. I remember there was someone in college, I may have mentioned this already on the podcast, but like there was someone in college who I heard that she runs this sort of like proto OnlyFans business where men would call her, she would pick up the phone, then put down the phone and ignore it.
Yeah, you
because
mentioned
these
this.
guys
So
would pay
funny.
her because they loved being ignored on the phone. And
I
so
would
she would
pay-
hang and then just put the phone down, let the call keep going, and then she would just get around with like errands, cleaning up her place or whatever. I was like, that's the best job. That's a beautiful thing.
There is a male loneliness epidemic.
Wrong
and
response.
we are reaping the reward.
The response I wanted was, how do I get involved? Because I was like, you should do that.
My truth is that I think a lot of times people on the internet are like, I have all these like sugar daddies and I never have to have sex with them and they take me on trips and blah, blah, blah. And I kind of think a lot of times people either do it really briefly and get out before they get in too deep, or they're lying and they're like, which is fine, but probably because they don't want to get taken down. But I think sometimes young women are given the impression that these things are easy to do, and I actually think they probably take a great mental strain.
Sex work is incredibly difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to sell photos of my feet recently, but it was too much work.
Taking the photos?
Yeah, because, okay, so I think it kind of requires you to, like, get a pedicure. And I just, like, don't feel like it. So I started, like, also this was at a point where, like, it was like 8 p.m. I was like freaking out about money, subscribed to the Patreon. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to sell these photos of my feet. But because it was 8 p.m., there was like nowhere around for me to go get a pedicure. But I was like, I have to make this profile now. So I took photos of my feet as they were in their current state.
Wait, can I see the photos?
Yeah, I don't know if I still have them, but
I get instantly hard.
And then I started just trying to market like how ugly my feet were.
No, there is a market for that.
I started being
100%.
like toes with a lot of character.
Oh my God.
Well, I started out normal. I started like thick Jewish girl, New York City
Normal.
native.
Yeah.
New York City native.
Okay.
I love that
Unusual feet.
people from New York are so excited to be from New York that you're mentioning it in your foot ad.
I'd like to say if I were doing this, I would not say that.
Okay.
I would not mention New York native.
You're kind of privileged because you have really good feet.
I do have good feet.
Oh.
I
I'm
do
trying to
have
find
good
the
feet.
photo of my
Check
foot
it out.
that I took.
Smooth as hell.
Oh, they're soft.
They're very soft.
Oh, that's nice.
They're very, they're naturally moisturized. Yeah, no, but yeah, I got
I think
got
I
good
deleted the feet. Oh no, I have it.
Feet. Oh, good.
I have it right here.
Oh my God.
It's not
Oh,
great.
Gabby.
Can you see it?
I
Do
can
you
see
wanna
it from
see-
here.
Yeah.
I caught it. Yeah. Well, and you know, it's like I don't even think the foot looks that bad, but the photo is as if taken by like an old man. Like the
It's
angle
got that
is crazy.
like
yeah,
that
yeah.
angle. Yeah. It's upside down even
Yeah.
somehow. Yeah.
I feel like I would send this photo to someone and be like, "How are you doing, baby? I can make you wonderful wife." You know, it's like that level of old man on Facebook energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
Lord.
it seems hard to do sex work.
Yeah.
It seems really, really hard.
Well, if I
Like,
can't even
feel
go
like-
get a pedicure for it or take normal pictures, I mean, it's clearly I'm not cut out for it.
Yeah,
you know?
I don't think you got that dog in you.
Yeah.
I think maybe like see if there are any open positions like at a local
I
cafe.
actually, I have a friend who is a sex worker, and they told me that they were at this party and they were like, I cannot tell you who was at this party, but they were A-listers, absolute A-listers, and like, and one of their responsibilities was literally just to like have like a steel tray with like coke and other drugs and stuff, and just like hand it around.
A
and
lister,
like,
A for Audrey Black.
yes.
Yeah, I was there. Actually, though, okay, so
No,
you-
but let me finish very briefly.
Yeah, sorry
Is
to
that
interrupt.
the party then got busted by the police, and they had to run into a closet
band.
and hide, and just hide from the police, and eventually like they were not found, and like, but like multiple people were arrested, and they like eventually like just went home, but like it was a scary time. So I was like, shit,
It was
You
arrested
are a
'cause of
trooper.
because of the cocaine.
I guess I don't know about, but like police were involved.
I have to imagine at a party where people are walking around with cocaine that there's maybe more stuff that's illicit going on.
Oh yeah, probably.
What could be more?
Well, no, also like sex was happening just
Yeah.
in the room around, you know, and like.
I mean, it all sounds like maybe illegal, but like above board. You know, it's you have cocaine, you have sex. What could be there? Are they embezzling in the back?
Too empathic. Too empathic right now.
Yeah,
You're giving too much validation.
I just think it sounds nice.
No disrespect to anyone who wants to
I
do
think it
cocaine
sounds-
and employ sex work. That's fine.
I think it
But,
sounds
like-
lovely. I think we're all shaming.
I
these
feel like you're
A-list-
arguing with the police right now.
No,
and
I'm
they're
not.
not here.
I'm not pro police.
No, it just sounded like you were
Oh.
being like, why would they want to bust up a nice party with cocaine? And it's like, well, because they're the police.
That's
and
their
they
whole
hate
thing.
fun.
I
Yeah.
guess that's true, yeah. I've just been watching a lot of Law & Order SVU, which is propaganda, so I'm like, maybe the police should be nicer than that.
Yeah. Have you ever gotten arrested or caught by the police?
No. But, okay, I do think you'll find this interesting. You guys know Rebel Wilson?
Yes.
Yes.
So she just released a memoir, and I'm like obsessed with this podcast Celebrity Memoir Book Club podcast, where they read the memoirs of celebrities and talk about it. And in her memoir, she basically has the life of an A-lister but no friends that are also A-listers, so she has no loyalty, and now she lives in Australia. So like she just no holds barred like revealed all the things that were going on in the 2010s in the A-list scene, and she described that tech billionaires and A-list celebrities were going to these sex parties where people had trays of cocaine. So I think you're right that like that's probably been a thing for a long time. And she said like she'd see every famous person you can think of at these parties, and that she would get invited.
Like it's so wrong.
I don't feel like we
That's
have
you.
been acting that way.
That's all you.
I
I
feel like
don't-
we're pretty neutral on it.
Yeah,
It's just
I mean,
interesting.
like, I definitely don't want anyone exploited. I want everyone paid and made
Everyone
safe.
should be paid and made safe.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm not saying that's not the case. I'm just saying
You sound
why
like a
would,
problematic aunt who's rolling back when she realizes she's not resonating.
why would people be mad at Rebel Wilson for releasing this? I guess because it was supposed to be secret.
Well, I think
Yeah.
it's the kind of party that like they have you sign an NDA or whatever, or they
Yeah.
want you.
Oh, I see.
Because I don't think that like tech billionaires want to be in the public eye.
Yes, they don't.
They want to do weird sex stuff in private.
Yes. They're like the only people who can afford privacy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think these are the parties with like, you know, there's the front-facing celebrities that are the richest people in our country, but then there's also like old money families that don't really want prominence
Yes.
because fame is not an aspect of their wealth. And I think that that is the like the people you find, or these like startup entrepreneurs that make a bunch of money
Yeah.
overnight, that don't want to be public-facing figures. They want to have weird sex with famous people.
Yeah.
So I think that's why. But kind of interesting that that scenes existed for so long.
I love that Rebel Wilson put them on blast. That's
She
so
doesn't
good.
give an F. She's in Australia with her baby and her wife.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Oh, when I was in the ER for my softball accident, Pitch Perfect was playing on mute. And then Pitch Perfect 2 started playing on mute. And while all of this was happening, a guy in the other room died. Which was crazy because
It's crazy because when you got your injury, the pitch was not perfect.
yeah, and you should be. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you're bringing life to that. Okay.
So a man died. You were saying?
Sorry. Yes, I do feel for him. Yeah, a man. Well,
You feel for him?
yeah, I feel for him. His family. I guess he's not around. You just love burying me deeper into this hole I'm going into.
I'm going to be honest, I'm not trying that hard. You're doing it to yourself.
Okay. Well, no, you're right.
So you were watching the movie Pitch Perfect and a stranger died near to you.
A stranger died near me, but it was such cognitive dissonance because all of this horrible stuff was happening outside. But then I was just watching Rebel Wilson as Fat Amy on mute.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then the doctor came in and was like, "Hey, I'm so
Why
sorry."
were you silencing a woman?
Because she spoke out about all those A-list parties, and I didn't think that was okay.
Okay.
So the doctor came in and was like, "Hey, we're a little delayed," and I was like, "No, I know a guy is dying. Like, please take your time." And then he goes, "Yeah, well, honestly, that's why it's not going to take that long." And then he left. And then Pitch Perfect 2 continued to play.
That's a movie you really want to watch with sound.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of a sound-heavy movie.
Yeah.
But also, because there was no sound, I just started thinking about the time frame it was released in. Because that movie is so 2014 to 2016 pop culture.
Yeah.
And I remembered, we were talking about the Ozempic thing. I remembered that character that Rebel Wilson played was like this like plus size representation that was like relatively positive, but also she was kind of the butt of jokes. And I remembered when I watched that movie being like, oh, it seems like this is maybe like not the best representation, but it's just going to be the start of like chubby women being allowed to be in movies. And then Ozempic hit, and now I just feel like that's completely gone.
Well, Rebel Wilson talked about wanting to lose weight at certain points, but feeling like if she lost weight, she wouldn't get cast, which is also an interesting dynamic. Because
That is
I
an
think
interesting
they
dynamic.
pigeonholed her is because, you know, it's like they want a fat, funny girl. And then if she loses weight, it's a lot harder. I feel like Tina Fey has talked about this, is that when she got on SNL, they were like, gain 20 pounds or lose 20 pounds.
Yeah.
Where it's like, you need to be really traditionally thin or you need to be heavier, because they're going to put you in a bucket, especially in the 2010s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's why that role, like she gained weight, I think, for that role and had to stay like heavier, even though at a certain point I think she wanted,
Wow.
I think, don't quote me on this, but I think she was like wanting to lose weight so that it would be easier, because she was trying to do IVF.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I think somehow that's related. I listened to the podcast episode a while ago and I never read the book, but I do think it was health related. And then, but
Yeah.
she was like, but what if I never get cast again? And to be fair, she lost weight and she hasn't really been cast.
Interesting.
Wow.
I just thought it was an
Goddamn.
interesting dynamic that like we I think when that happened we were like, oh, now we're gonna like slowly it's gonna start being normalized to like have like fat people in movies, and then Ozempic hit and now it kind of feels like it's like people are treating it like it's the end of like obesity or the end of being overweight, which like it isn't because you gain the weight back in like a year.
Yeah.
But like it
Less
is
than.
crazy to me that it's almost been treated like it was a problem. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It's funny that you keep saying, and then Ozempic hit, as if it's like a plague.
In a world.
I do think there's been a shift. I feel like the early 2010s was still in the body ideal of the 2000s. It was very, very thin, the leftover from the heroin chic thinness of the 90s.
Right.
And then you get like Kim Kardashian being like, what if women had butts but still no ribcage?
Yeah.
And
What if
then
you had a
that's-
butt but stapled on?
Yeah, literally. And
There you
then
go.
it was like okay to be curvy, but only in a certain way. And now I think that things have suddenly shifted back to stick thin. But it's bad because kind of any of those body types, if you're forcing it, are not good for your metabolism.
It's weird that a
all.
body type can be a fad.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
know.
weird thing.
Yeah. Well, it's womanhood too.
yeah.
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 You don't really do it with men in the same way. Sometimes,
Imagine if it was a fad to just be Gabby.
I mean, it
And
kind
then
of.
no one else could be Gabby. And so you just had like one person who's it.
Well, no one else can be Gabby.
yeah.
But I do think it is a fad to be me. You know.
Mm.
I mean, like.
That it's past.
I'm way past my prime. I do think, like, with the rise of like think about how everyone thirsted over Sarah Snook in Succession.
Who is that?
Shit.
She's a
Redhead.
redhead.
I've never seen the show.
I'll pull up a photo.
Oh, wait, show me.
She's a really beautiful ass.
Watch, I'm going to be like,
and is
okay,
an
I get
amazing
it.
actress, and is incredibly talented. And so the ass is not the only thing that's good about her, but all of this to say, when I saw everyone thirsting over Shiv and being like, she has a perfect ass, I was like, oh wow, people are thirsting over curvy women on TV. That's really cool. Okay, now I have to Google Shiv Succession ass.
You have to.
Yeah.
I
You
have
have
to. Well, it's not really okay, wait. So this is her ass.
Okay.
Show
Oh.
her face, maybe.
It's crazy. I don't have her face in my mind.
Her face.
Okay. All right. I can see you're having a badonk. Yeah.
Well, you just saw it.
Yeah.
You'd have to.
Oh, you know, she is. Yeah, sure. Yeah, she's hot. Yeah. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
I'm just saying, I think that like thirsting over curvy women will come back into.
And it's morally right and good.
You love this. You love coming on the pod and backing me into a corner. You love it.
You look so good in that corner.
I know. It's true. I love being in a dirty little corner
Oh.
for your benefit.
Thank you. Stay
For
there.
Lucas's benefit.
Yeah, because that's what I need.
Don't look at me in the corner. Even though you put me there. Oh, but should we go on Poo Crave quickly before we go into listener submissions?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, so for those who don't know, Pop Crave talks about trends in pop culture, but Pooh Crave talks about, well, you'll see. Okay.
Kate Middleton.
Pope Francis was spotted arriving at Charlie XCX's Brat show in Brooklyn following his recent homophobic outburst. I had to show up and see what an F slur really smells like. Y'all didn't disappoint.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
It's crazy that really happened.
Do you think he went at the end?
What does that mean?
I don't know. I just had a thought and I thought I'd share it.
Do you think gay guys are like...
Sometimes.
I guess that's true.
I've seen it.
I guess gay guys can kind of do anything if you ask.
If you Sure,
Yeah.
I guess that's kind
Audrey
of true
really
about
isn't
anyone.
digging you. You kind of going in your own holes.
Is she's going in her hole?
No, I think it's Audrey's fault. I do.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Tell me more.
No, it's not your... I lied. It's not your fault.
All right.
See? I'm doing it again.
Yeah, it's fun. I like having you here. This is good. This is a great effect you have on Gabby.
This is why I wanted her back. Someone needs to keep me in check.
Yeah, God knows I won't. No, I'm an enabler. I am legit. I am an enabler as a friend. I'm just like, yeah, keep going. Yeah.
It's been very important to me because I've made some crazy decisions. Good decisions, but really wild decisions this past month, and you've
Yeah.
enabled all of them.
I
love.
do.
And I've pushed back. And that's the why
I
this
will
works.
actually say I have pushed back on some of your decisions as you told me you were thinking about making them, and then you went ahead and did them, and I did my best to be supportive. But I did say, hey, I don't know if this is a good idea.
Like what?
I can't say.
Oh God.
I can't say on the pod.
Okay, we'll talk after.
This is mean to the audience. I apologize.
Yeah,
Oh, by the way, we'll release in like a month.
yeah. Well, I guess the Pope saying slurs won't be a thing anymore. But what do you think of it? Do you think the Pope is gay?
Do I think the Pope is gay?
You know the Pope
I know
is gay.
the Pope is gay. I'm not sure that guy has a clear concept on what being gay is.
Yeah. What do you think he thinks it is?
I don't know. I feel like he just keeps using this language. I think he's maybe just upset about masculinity. I think if you told that guy about what gay culture is about, and like, I think it would be a lot of new information.
I have a question. So like, the Pope, he wears that big sort of gown, that sort of thing that looks like a dress. What kind of underwear do you think he uses? Legit.
Do you think it's like how Mormons wear special underwear? Do you think there's like special Pope underwear?
I honestly think it might be store-bought underwear. I genuinely,
Yeah.
but like really nice, really obviously like, you know, high level, like luxury brand for sure. But I think like the kind of underwear you could purchase.
He's got like Gucci panties.
Maybe.
Hanky panky.
It would be funny if he had a thong.
Yeah.
I would love him to have a thong.
That would be wonderful. Good for him. But I
Actually, at that age, he shouldn't have to wear a thong. That sounds uncomfortable.
no, but you get to.
You got to. Okay.
I just watched the movie John Tucker Must Die. Have you guys seen it?
Can you stop bringing that up?
I know John Tucker is your friend. I'm sorry.
No, sorry. So you saw this
So
movie?
in this movie, it's like a 2000s rom-com.
Uh-huh.
And they like make this guy John Tucker, who's like a player, like fall in love with this girl who's played by Brittany Snow. And Brittany Snow says to him, hey, I really wanted to see you tonight, but can you wear a red thong to my room? And this is when they're on like a field trip, so they're staying in a hotel. So he like tries to sneak out in his red thong, but she accidentally gives him the wrong door number, and he comes in the red thong to like his teacher's room. And then the teacher pushes him out, and then everyone laughs at him and takes photos of him on their flip phones with his red thong. But then what he does is the next day, he is on the basketball team, and the boys are making fun of him, and then he shows them he's wearing a red thong, and he's like, this is actually so comfortable. And it like makes everything so like aerodynamic. And then he shoots like an amazing basket. And then all
That's
the
perfect.
guys wear a red thong.
That's awesome. That's
So maybe
great.
that'll happen at the Vatican.
Wow.
Well, if they're hooping.
Which they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which they are.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite Disney Channel original movie?
Oh, interesting question.
No, it's not.
I think it's fascinating.
No, actually go.
Audrey's like, what do I do? You gotta mediate this tension between Lucas and
That's
I.
not my job.
Yes.
We gotta settle it.
We're gonna rip our clothes off each other in a moment.
Oh God.
Yeah, not have sex. Just do that.
Oh, okay. The first thing to come off is Gabby's tooth. You just.
I can take the tooth out live on the Patreon.
Babe, you look so much prettier without your tooth.
I think I look beautiful no tooth, personally.
I liked the Princess Protection Program a lot when I was a kid, but now I don't remember it with a lot of clarity. But I liked Selena Gomez and Demi Lovato a lot. I remember. I liked that they were friends.
Did you follow their vlog?
No, I wasn't really. I think at that age I was not allowed to go on YouTube.
Oh.
So I was like really not on the internet until maybe
It sounds
high
like you had
school.
good parents, though.
No, I just think it's funny that it's like, thank God they didn't let you watch Demi Lovato's vlogs. They must be amazing parents.
Yeah.
It's true. They protected you.
Yeah, probably like the gates were a little too tight, but you had gates.
Yeah.
Sure.
You didn't get to see, did you ever see Demi Lovato singing to ghosts?
No, what is that?
Demi Lovato went on a program that was like a ghost hunter program, and she sang the song Skyscraper
It's so funny.
to the ghosts. It's really amazing. It's really crazy you didn't get to see that as a child.
Oh,
One
it only
time I
happened.
was tricked into going to church with a girl in my class because she invited me to a sleepover, but then took me to church the next day. This happened a lot, actually, in Texas. This is a very common thing. And then we're at the church, and then they played Demi Lovato's music video, Skyscraper, and all the kids danced, and they turned it off. And then they said, like, this song is ungodly because you should allow yourself to be broken down by God. And then another time I got tricked into going to church, they did the same thing with Kesha, TikTok.
They
And then
made everyone learn the song. Only
They
to
would
then
play the
say it
song
was
and let the kids
ungodly.
dance, and then be like, you know that was wrong, right?
That's baiting.
Yeah, we were like
That's such
fifth
bad
graders.
baiting.
You teach them like a fun song, and then you're like, all right, don't sing that.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they were like teaching the song. I think they would just play the song. They aren't like, we're not like doing the dance in
What if,
unison.
imagine I made you spaghetti and then you were like, that was so nice. And I was like, yeah, for sure. The sauce was gay. Like,
Well,
that is a pretty apt metaphor for what youth groups are in the South.
that's
Yeah.
so mean.
Would
Yeah.
you talk about your experience at Southern Youth Group? What did they teach you?
Well, I grew up Episcopalian, which is like kind of a chill cousin of Catholicism, but it's a type of Protestant. If you, I don't know, this is all gibberish, but
No, I-
but so we have a lot of the rituals of Catholics, but I don't know. It was like, I didn't mind my church. I didn't feel like super connected to the church, but they were fine. The problem is like a lot of the mega churches in the area would have their, like, the kids that go there try to get other kids to come. So it was really there that I had the weird experiences. My church was like, I mean, I'm not religious and I could have done without this, but like I went to youth group at my church and it was kind of just like, play games with kids your age while your parents go to more services. And like maybe you talk about a Bible story, and then like if you went to the mega church youth groups, those were like, they would, I remember one time, a different time I got tricked into going to church by a different girl. She told me we were not allowed to be best friends because she could only be best friends with people that were members of her church. Then I went to the Sunday school service with her, and they played games, they gave us candy, they gave us soda, and then at the very end we played like a basketball game on stage. Like it was like kids would come up and do all these, and like they'd be like, this guy's great, like okay, and then at the very end this like weird guy went on stage with a mic and was like, just so you all know, something in California has passed called Prop 8, and I want you to know that it's morally wrong, and if anyone asks you about this, you say you do not agree and that it is wrong. It is disgusting. And okay, and then they gave us candy and then we left. And that's like, I think that maybe one of the more extreme examples, but that did
Wow.
happen.
Whoa.
And so you've been opposed ever since.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm very anti-Prop 8, which was, if you remember, the legalization of gay marriage in California specifically.
Oh, I thought it was just 8 on the prop list for the theater show.
Yeah, the theater show, the basketball theater show.
The basketball theater.
I'm not over that detail. I'm sorry. I know the homophobia is bad, but playing basketball on the stage.
There was like something where like you could win a prize if you got a certain. So they had a hoop set up. I mean, it wasn't like a real basketball court, but it was. I just remember that like some boy went up and like made a shot from far away, and they gave him like a stuffed toy, and were like, God loves when we play games and have fun together in community. And then they like yelled at us about gay people.
Damn.
Yeah.
But that was very standard, I think, for that age group, is that they like lure you in with candy and fun games. And then they tell you stuff like, don't make friends outside of church. Bring your friends to this church to save their souls.
That's
It's
an
like,
MLM.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a pyramid
Well,
scheme.
that particular church, I know for a fact, there's no hierarchy, you know, with like Episcopalians, it's like, there's
They're poly.
other... yeah, it's not hierarchical.
They're a
It's polyamory.
poly.
Their kitchen sink.
No
polyamorous.
primary partners.
Yeah.
It's just all, yeah.
But
Relationship anarchy.
Can you stop interrupting, Audrey? Sorry. I was also.
But the way that like an Episcopalian church, to its credit, works is that there's not just one church they're connected to. Episcopalian church is across the country, and if like a priest does something wrong, or if there's a conversation about like it is handled in theory by like a hierarchy of people. Whereas like a lot of the churches that in my hometown I think had the worst vibes, it's just one guy at the top who makes a profit from that church. It's a mega church structure. Where there's no hierarchy, there's no checks and balances, there's no other churches they're affiliated with. It's one guy, it's often non-denominational Christianity, so it's like, it's kind of just like whatever the beliefs of this church are your beliefs. And it's like all one guy, or maybe one guy and his wife, like it's and the money goes to them. Like donations often, I
Yeah.
believe, can be, you know, there's no one overseeing things. So like, I know that churches in the area would like get in trouble for that kind of thing, but then there'd be no consequences.
I love that.
What do you think Joel Osteen is like behind closed doors?
He's a mega church guy, right?
Yeah, he's the mega
He's
church
mega,
guy.
yeah.
He's like,
Is he in Houston?
probably. I think that sounds right.
Yeah.
Because I think that he, Houston.
No. Native New Yorker. Shut
Yeah.
up.
It's
Native
Houston.
New Yorker with weird feet. Ooh.
Thick Jewish girl, native New Yorker, toes with unusual character.
Huh.
Get it right. I think that describes Joel Osteen as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A thick Jewish woman.
Yeah.
All
With
right.
unusual feet. He definitely does have great feet, that guy.
I do think
He gets pedicures for sure.
to be in a position that powerful, I don't know much about him, but I do think in general, like a lot of those people do exhibit ultimately like sociopathic tendencies.
Yeah.
In
So-
a church? I, for one,
Can you
am
believe
shocked,
it? Can you believe
shocked
it?
that this
At
can
least that's what
happen.
I think. But I also think sometimes it's funny because growing up in the South, sometimes people hear like, oh, my conservative relatives or like the people from my church like say this or this. And then I'm like, you would lose your mind with the things that like were said so casually. Oh, well, when I was in the 8th grade, there was a boy that came out as atheist and he got death threats. Like it was like, I didn't know you could be atheist. In fact, when I was growing up, I would go to church every weekend, but I was very obsessed with dinosaurs. And of course the poor like
Yeah.
late 20s mom of 2 that was teaching Sunday school did not have an explanation that I felt was adequate for how the dinosaurs factored
Yeah.
into Noah's Ark. And so I would push back on a lot of like the things I was learning in Sunday school. And the only other thing I knew you could be was Jewish. So I was like, I must be Jewish.
That's so adorable because it's so, from your point of view, it does make sense.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I
it
see the
does.
logic of you're
Yeah.
like, shit, is that me?
I was like, well, I don't think I'm Christian because they can't explain the dinosaurs to me. And if the only other option is Jewish, they must be the people that can explain the dinosaurs. So I must be Jewish.
Well, also,
I love
in the
this.
earlier sentence, the phrase coming out as atheist
Oh,
kinda
yeah.
made me laugh. So if you came out as Jewish to your school, you're like, I'm coming out, I'm Jewish. I would lose my
So
mind.
I didn't quite get that far.
That's so funny.
When the boy came out as atheist, how did he do it?
I mean, to be fair, I do think he was like kind of obnoxious about it. I think he was like very much like a Fedora Reddit kind of guy that was like starting debates with people. But
Oh, a
he would
cool
just like,
guy?
well, if that's what you think is cool.
I do.
But it was like, you know, kids should be able to express themselves without getting death threats.
I agree.
I don't know.
I don't know. It depends what they're saying.
But it's just funny because like I had experiences like that, and then sometimes people will be like, ugh, like people in the north, sometimes they just don't quite say the right thing, but their heart's in the right place. And I'm like, well, and it is different down in the south.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to say about
Jews.
Jews?
Oh. Well, I'm not Jewish. I did figure that out eventually.
Okay.
I think it really clicked for me when I was going to bar and bat mitzvahs and realizing I wasn't having one.
Okay.
I was like, okay, so I'm not Jewish because otherwise I'd be doing this, right?
Yeah.
This does seem to. I think it really
I love
clicked
how you
for
didn't
me.
think I should try to have one. You were just like, oh, I don't see this happening around me for me, so I guess I'm not.
Well, I remember going to a bat mitzvah and they read from the Torah, and I was like, oh, that's just the Bible again. And I was like, okay, so this isn't that different.
Yeah.
I must be something else entirely.
Yeah. It's
And then I found Reddit and I
original
found the
recipe.
word agnostic.
Oh.
And that felt like a very dirty word.
Ooh.
Because I was like,
Scandalous.
I didn't know anyone who didn't believe in God. Every
Yep.
family I knew went to some church in the area.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I must be this secret thing.
Ooh.
Because-
LGBTQIA agnostic.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I love that. Oh, I was gonna say something about homophobia.
That's beautiful.
Sure.
Oh,
That it's good.
that is great. Oh, I'll
Yes.
say this and then we'll go to listeners'
Yes.
questions. One time in high school, for some reason, even though it was outside of LaGuardia High School, which, as you can guess, is pretty not conservative, there was a girl, it was like a young kid holding up a God hates gays Westboro Baptist Church sign.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And a girl I had a crush on put it up on Facebook and was like, LOL. And she was really gay. And I wanted to, impress her. So I wrote in the Facebook comments, wow, learned hatred. So horrible to see from this child. I hope one day this child grows up and realizes, gay is okay. Or something like that. And the girl commented under it, okay. I was like, never mind, I'm straight. Actually.
She kind of got you there.
Have you ever responded to someone with just okay?
I'm gonna get my phone. I'll be right back. I do that all the time, genuinely. I think it's so funny.
Oh, you know what? This is bringing back a very specific memory that in 6th grade, I was in a play, and the boy that played the guy, the love interest of me, and I were he had a crush on me, and some girl in
What play was it?
I don't remember.
Okay.
It was a long time ago, but I know that we were
Wow.
I'll show you in a moment.
Sorry, secret text.
all right.
It's the Jews.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
and I'm not allowed because I'm.
You're not allowed to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're agnostic.
But I remember that this boy and I, people were interested, we were the ship of the play. Everyone was like, ooh, they should like each
Yeah.
other. And this girl in my grade, put up this post of us being cutest couple, wink. And I told her it was okay, but then I thought that what I should do is be playful in the comments, be oh my God, stop. But I played it way too hard because I was just a child that didn't know how to come across properly. And I wrote something that was OMG, I cannot believe you would post this. This is so embarrassing. Take this down. And she was like, oh my God, I'm sorry. You literally told me I could. And that to me felt like the okay story. Sorry.
That's okay. What happened to him?
He moved away and then 6 months later texted me and was I think we should break up, and I didn't know we were dating. Because we were in 6th grade. It's not like we ever hung out.
That guy rocks.
Yeah.
I love him.
He was like, we're probably gonna have a kid soon, so I
Yeah.
should probably end this now.
King of
I'm
boundaries.
not ready. I'm
I
not
still
ready.
have-
That guy's
him on
the king of
Instagram.
healthy. Really?
Yeah, his most recent post is from 6 years ago, and it is with Joe Biden. It's weird, right?
Wow.
It's so random.
He's Kamala Harris.
Yeah, Kamala Harris was my 6th grade crush.
Yeah.
Who was like, hey, we should break up.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
should break up.
Also,
All right.
yeah, this was the. Hold on, This is the text that I just got that I showed Gabby.
Very inside baseball.
Oh, interesting. Oh.
Lucas
Hello.
is enjoying his life. And that's all I'll say. Oh, I got a text from AOC. It's her looking kind of like sad and serious, and she said, the cynics will tell you that one vote won't change anything, but change isn't up to the cynics, it's up to us.
That's beautiful.
There's a lot of also, it's like longer, I'm not going to read it all, but there's also, randomly, they figured out how to bold text. There's a lot of bold text, and there's a lot of normal text. And then there's some italics. I think she's getting older.
Oh.
You think she's writing these herself?
Yeah. Definitely,
Okay.
she's writing them herself. She's losing her mental faculties.
Okay, we got some listener submissions that we got to get through.
Yeah, we got to get into it.
All right, I have one pulled up. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay. My girlfriend is going to art school next year for film, and she is going to have so much sex. That's good. I'm okay with it. I think it's hot. I'm also scared she's going to get, like, really good head and dump me or get dick. I'm trans. And like it better than what I can do for her.
Oh, so I
So
assume...
I'm guessing they're open.
Yeah, I would guess. I would hope.
love when she cheats on me. It's so hot. This is so great. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're probably open. We're gonna assume that.
These are high school students going to college.
Probably.
Probably.
My advice is to break up.
Yeah.
I really don't think. I do not think you should go into college in a relationship. I know that's like
I
not.
agree. I
like,
do agree.
This probably they want a more specific answer to this, but my answer is to break up.
Yeah.
I will say it's nothing to do with your transness. It's nothing to do with the head that your girlfriend's gonna get. You probably are great within the confines of being with each other.
What a snide way to say you probably suck at giving head.
No, I just am not gonna tell an 18-year-old, oh, you're probably so good at that. That's
Yeah,
not what
that's not
what I'm gonna
appropriate.
do.
That's not appropriate.
I'm saying your sexual performance is not the reason you should break up. You should break up because you're probably moving into very different life phases.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you should give yourself every freedom at this time.
And long distance is very
Yes.
hard.
And
Very
I think long distance prevents people from experiencing, like, making new friends.
Yes.
And what you're going to do if you stay together is you're going to break up at Thanksgiving. And then you're going to start your college experience trying to make friends, and the friend groups will already be established.
Yeah.
So you should break up over the summer and then sleep with your ex over Thanksgiving, but make new friends in the interim.
You're describing my exact college path. That's
what
crazy.
everyone
That's what you
I
did.
have ever
Yeah.
known did.
I know.
You know?
I know.
Yeah, I can't believe you knew that.
Because I think that's like what all teenagers do.
Yeah.
You know, is like they either stay with the person they dated in high school and break up within the first semester, or they break up and then have like a tearful reunion over Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And then maybe they hook up again that summer, and then they slowly realize that they probably should move on with their lives.
It's beautiful.
I think it's very
That's
smart.
life.
That's a great
That's
answer.
a great answer.
Thank you.
All right. Hi,
Hit it.
Lucas, Gabby, and potential guest. Your potential guest.
Oh.
I want to share a recent situation that happened. I am a 28-year-old female who is married to a man. Yes, another bi woman with a man. I know. We use sex toys, and it's not... What if I just added that? What if that was not part of the... it was part of the thing. We use sex toys, and it's not uncommon for him to surprise me randomly with new ones. Recently, I was masturbating while he was at work and looking for a sex toy when I found one I'd never seen. It was an anal toy, so I was like sick and I used it. Later, I asked him about the toy I found, and he casually said, yeah, I finally thought I'd try butt stuff, so I got it, but it wasn't my thing. I replied, I have to confess something, that toy has been in both of our butts. I found this hilarious and told one of my gay coworkers about it. This was 2 months ago. Flash forward to yesterday, I get a text out of the blue from that coworker that says, how much would you charge for that anal toy you both used? I have no idea how to respond. People are into weird things, so maybe he's serious. Thoughts on a response? Love you guys.
Sisterhood of the Traveling Plug. Shit. Literally.
well.
That's... Ugh.
That
Ugh.
feels weird. I don't
like
that.
this.
Like Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, does the plug fit every butt?
I feel like surely that's also a hygiene issue.
Well, hopefully they clean it.
But
A little rinse.
I mean,
No, listen, I'm opposing you too. I think more people should use that butt plug. Communal butt plug.
ugh.
We washed it off after.
Do you ever hate the things you say?
Yes, frequently. I'm just saying I'm seeing some resistance here, and I'd like to play devil's advocate.
Okay.
And now I'm done.
Well, my main thing with this is that I think it's weird for a coworker to ask
How
for
close
this,
are they as coworkers?
But it does seem like she was comfortable enough to share the story in the first place, so maybe
Yeah.
they're friends. But I wouldn't sell sex toys to a coworker. I think that's inappropriate.
I would respond LOL, and then maybe he'd follow up and say I'm serious, and then you go from there. But I think he may be kidding. People get really bored at work and they just say stuff.
Yeah, give the coworker the opportunity to say LOL JK or something. Yeah.
I've certainly said some insane stuff I didn't mean.
To a coworker?
Oh,
Famously.
I mean, at my old job, famously. Well, at my old job, it was like, it was really incestuous because it was a toxic work environment. So I would like go into the
Nice.
office, be like, "What's up, sluts?" You know.
Oh.
It was kind of nice, actually. I miss it.
All right, I will pull up one more.
Okay.
Basically, this is a horrible idea. Do not share this anymore. Keep the butt plug to one person.
But it sounds like maybe they're not serious.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so, Gabby, please tell us your thoughts on the rumors that Chloe Grace Moretz is engaged.
I didn't know she was engaged. Let me look into this.
Do you have feelings about her that I'm not
Oh
aware
yeah,
of?
do you not know about
deep
this?
deep foe.
Famously, she's maybe one of the only celebrities I have like a very, very strong aversion. Oh my god, I just pulled up her on Google and I convulsed inside. I like shivered. I got angry.
What's your problem with Chloe Grace?
Chloe Grace Moretz is an untalented actress with absolutely no riz and no sauce who decided out of nowhere one day that she was a director and she was queer and she was dating Victoria's Secret models. This is not how life works. When you come out as queer, first you have to date a girl that wears cat ears. Then you have to date a girl who's hot but has really bad politics and says things like Lena Dunham is just misunderstood. Which, actually, I agree, she is just misunderstood. But you don't say that in public. So you have to date that girl. Then you have to date a girl where it's, like, almost right, but it's not quite right, but she's, like, also not, like, as hot as you'd like. Then you dump that girl. Then you have to date a different girl who's, like, really hot, but, like, is mean to you and ignores you. You don't just start dating Victoria's Secret models. That's bullshit. And doing it as a mediocre actress who is bad at her craft.
You know what I just realized? This is my dating history.
You lesbo.
Only a
Okay.
little.
Do we want to unpack that?
Yeah.
Or maybe keep that in a big box
I feel like
with
this
a bow on
has
it?
been sort of boiling, you know?
Chloe Grace Moretz engagement.
Back burner.
I do think hot young queer people do just jump into like hot relationships now. They don't do the weird closeted, you're the only other gay person at this school thing anymore.
Here's why the internet thinks Chloe Grace Moretz and Kate Harrison are engaged.
Is there an element of that you feel like is important or positive?
I think it's specific to the time. Like I don't know. I think there's pros and cons. There's something nice about there being I think sometimes we sort of lose an element of community as like everyone is interested. Everyone's bi-curious now, but no one's learning about their queer elders. And I genuinely believe that.
Do you think you are a queer elder?
No. I mean, I guess I have.
Your birthday next year, then you'll be a queer elder.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, when I say queer elder, I do genuinely mean like older people. Like I think it's like when I came out, like me and the one other queer person in my grade like watched all these old gay movies and like talked about all this gay culture, and now it's great that, I don't know, maybe it's controversial, but it's great that like people are comfortable with themselves. But I don't think like it's a community with a history that can be easily lost, and I think it's important to like have that shared. So I do think there's an element of it being kind of good when there were like 2 or 3 other queer people and you banded together and you talked about like culture and history.
Yeah,
that was nice. What's not nice is the fact that you have to band together because you're being harassed. So it's good now that people don't have to do that. But like, I don't know, I think GSAs are important, and I think like probably now at the average high school, a lot of people are out as queer, but people don't want to do the queer activist stuff. It's considered nerdy. I get that impression from younger people I've talked to, and I think that's sad.
Yeah.
That is sad.
I will say Chloe Grace Moretz's outfit at Disney is killing me.
Killing.
Do you want to describe it into the mic, Lucas?
It's a good outfit.
I would no. Well, hold on. Say what it is.
Okay, it's some Vans, I guess, a pair of sensible jeans,
No.
a t-shirt, and a nice little button up
You're
over
wrong.
it,
You're
a little
wrong.
bag going over it, and
No.
a nice little cap.
You're wrong.
This is a fine outfit.
No. She looks like she works at you like without the if it,
That looks like an outfit I would wear.
if this outfit was brown, it looked like she worked at UPS.
I
But
would
it's
wear
not
that
brown.
outfit.
It's well, true. It's not.
Thank
brown.
you.
It's just it's in. She's giving like a lesbian race car fan, and it's actually endearing me to her a little more than I thought possible.
Okay.
I think now that she's a little ugly, I like her more. So I'm okay with her being engaged. It's fine.
I have no addition onto this.
What do you want to say?
I have nothing to say.
Can I
Yes,
say
you do.
I have celebrities that I vehemently dislike, but I don't consider them ugly. I don't.
I'm not saying she's ugly. She's obviously very beautiful, but the outfit
Is something I would wear.
you would not wear this.
Yes, I would.
No, you wouldn't.
I have worn that.
You would wear.
I don't have Vans, but
you
I
would
have.
wear it with this expression on your face, this like stoic, like, look at it.
Yeah.
Am I going insane?
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
even has my jawline.
I think you're projecting onto her, to be honest.
Maybe a little bit.
I think so.
I think we
You
would have.
think he's projecting on her? You think Lucas is? What the hell, Gabby?
Well, okay, yes. Would I like to be a mediocre actress who immediately fucks Victoria's Secret models? Of course. Is that the root of all of this? Sure. But does she also kind of suck? I don't know. But probably. I did hear that she like really aggressively hit on a straight actress who was not interested in her, which I think is not great to do. I don't think it's great to aggressively hit on anyone.
I thought you were about to say never hit on straight people.
Well, you can hit on straight people, but to be aggressive. I mean,
I have no idea where the ground is right now with this argument.
Well, what do you think?
I have lost track of what we're discussing.
Yeah.
What do you think of this? I've never told you about this Chloe Grace Moretz obsession. It seems like you have no opinion.
It just seems like something you're gonna have to work through on your own time.
Well, what would you tell me to look at first?
Look, like it's a case.
Yeah, what is the case?
I think you're mad you didn't get to have a hot girlfriend in high school. That
Well, she was my girlfriend in high school was hot.
Okay, so what's the problem?
They weren't a Victoria's Secret model. I want to fuck a Victoria's Secret model. That's my problem.
That's a fine thing to want.
Okay, well, if you,
But she is not keeping you from that. You're keeping
yeah,
you.
she is. I don't get to be Chloe Grace Moretz. The name Chloe Grace.
Do you think she
Moretz-
has a monopoly on Victoria's Secret models?
Do they even still have those?
Victoria's Secret models?
Yeah, didn't they cancel that show? Are they still doing it?
I think
Cancel?
they.
What do you mean
I think they
cancel
still
it?
have models that they use for the brand.
What? Oh, sure. The Victoria's Secret angels are not really a thing anymore, are
Oh,
they?
yeah, the angels aren't a thing.
Oh, you
Yeah.
just want someone who's modeled in like a magazine for Victoria's Secret?
You just want to date a model?
You just want to date an underwear model.
I just want to date someone really tall.
That's okay.
Okay, well, we can make that happen.
There are tall ladies.
I mean, I like my current girlfriend a lot, and she's really
tiny.
short.
She's very
really
tiny. She's
Yeah.
teeny weeny.
Yeah,
I've met her.
I guess what I'm saying is I'm unsatisfiable. But Chloe Grace Moretz, there's something about her I don't like.
I think you need to let this one go. I think we've picked at this for a bit, and it does seem to circle back to things you think you want and ultimately don't even want.
Okay,
I gotta align with Audrey here.
well, those are my thoughts on her engagement. I obviously wish her the best, and
Obviously.
I
Okay, we have one more. We have one more listener
Yeah.
submission. Okay. Dude, my last ex lied about having DID, dissociative identities disorder, and would tell me her alter was a cat named Pickles. One day she started biting the back of my neck out of nowhere, and when I pushed her off, she was like, "Whoa, sorry, my cat alter was trying to grab your scruff." I don't have a scruff, as you could probably imagine. Anyways, next time Pickles came out, my ex began dry humping me as a cat, and when I left the room, she fucking jumped me and started throwing light-ass punches to my calves. She said, "Pickles needs to be trained." Her other alters were dead people. She said... She said she would take ghosts as her personality across the astral plane. She cheated on me with this other chick like a week into the relationship and told me, wait, sorry, my alter ghost did it. When I left, I called her on everything, and she was like, yeah, I don't have DID. I was just bored. Sorry. We were together for a fucking month, just a singular month, and all this and more. This is oddly not my weirdest relationship, just the most recent. To be a gay, mentally stable chick in 2024 on dating sites is like throwing yourself into the lion's den. You are not coming back out the same.
Yeah.
At mushroosm/Astrid.
So, see, the girl she's describing, that's who Chloe Grace Moretz needed to date first.
You guys have the exact fan base I expected you to.
What are your thoughts?
You can't fall for the DID scam. DID.
That's at
You
that
fell
point.
for a
That's on
DID
you.
scam?
A little bit.
The what?
The DID scam.
Did you fall for a DID scam?
No.
Yeah.
I just think, like, no one's a cat named Pickles.
No one is.
No one is. Good name for a cat.
It's a great cat.
It sounds like this girl was bored / maybe trying to engage in some kind of fetish. And then, which is one thing, and then also she cheated.
A badly
and that's
communicated
a different thing.
fetish, yeah.
Or she just like was bored and wanted to like play pretend. Like, that's fine. You don't have to diagnose. You just want to play pretend. That's okay.
That's such a charming view of it.
Well, like, I feel like this girl just wanted to play pretend, which I think is okay to do with your girlfriend. Like, I think
Yeah,
if you
that's
want,
a lovely thing to do, but yeah.
but it's the scamming and the cheating.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so one pocket here of this issue is that she wanted to play pretend and lied about having a medical
Yeah.
disorder that made her play pretend. And the other is that she's a cheater. So it seems like, 1 month, funny story, you got out clean. So that's fine.
Damn.
But,
Would you fall for this scam?
Oh, 100%.
you
I'd
would.
fall for
You
it.
would.
I know you
100%.
would.
Oh my
I
God.
would be
yeah.
like, no, she's really great. She has other things that like are wonderful, and I'm just like, I'm lying to myself because
Yeah.
I'm afraid of the void.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see that.
I
for you.
100% would, and then it would come to a breaking point, and then I would just feel awful for a week post breakup.
Yeah. You'd fall for the scam. Well, guess what? I would run this scam.
Oh, wait. Cut this part out, but I'm going to do this.
I'm not cutting it out.
Yeah, obviously. That'd be crazy.
I'm not cutting it out.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
No,
Alright.
but don't tell anyone we know in real life because I'm going to have to do this.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe just socially.
Okay.
Just start humping someone's like, sorry.
Sorry,
it's
I'm a cat named
time.
Pickles.
It's
I think.
But if anyone asks, I'll own it and I'll say, I wanted to play pretend.
Yeah.
I wanted to play pretend.
nice.
And so
with
that leads us nicely into the last part of the podcast. Audrey, we've had you on before. We asked how you think you're perceived by others. Do you think that's changed in the past year?
I'm trying to remember what I said, but probably not a lot. I think I do think in the last year, just with every year in your 20s, you get a little older, you get a little more
Wait, you get
comfortable with
older?
yourself.
You get a little older every
You
year.
get
in your
older every
20s?
year?
You didn't come here to be nagged. I understand. Sorry, the cat named Pickles just did that. Meow.
I'm the cat named Pickles. Don't you forget it.
Okay. Whoa. The claws
I love
come
that
out.
we did a I am Spartacus.
Oh.
We're doing that right now.
Spartacus in boots.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so you've changed, I guess.
Yes.
I think I'm mostly the same. I just think these are formative years, and each year that you get older in your 20s, you become more yourself.
That's good.
But I think generally what I said last year, I'm hazy on exactly what it was, but I think I probably agree. I think I'm like a confident, nice girl, and I like to goof around with my friends. That's
That's a good answer.
yeah.
Is there, so we have a different corner that we like to put people in, a second corner, which is what's it?
Well,
I know what it is, but
it's,
like what's the name? It's
wait,
like
don't you guys
future
tell me-
corner? What is it?
Oh, it's gosh, wait, why am I forgetting the name of
I'm
our
forgetting
own
the
segment?
name of it.
It's predictions corner, maybe?
Wait.
I'm mad at ourselves that we can't remember.
Yeah.
But it's where do you see yourself? And you could be silly with this,
Mm-hmm.
but where do you see yourself in like maybe 5 years?
Wait, but don't you guys tell me how you perceive me?
Oh, okay, yeah. We can
Oh
do
yeah,
that.
Or-
okay. How my perceptions of you have changed.
Yeah.
I think that you have gotten rawer with your comedy.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, specifically with your roasts. And I like it. I like seeing the fire come out.
Thanks.
How have things changed? I mean, we've gotten closer.
Yeah.
I think the dynamic you've heard here is very similar to our real life friendship. I will say something absolutely insane to Audrey, and Audrey will say, "You should have a glass of water," and I'll be like, "That's incredibly helpful." You wouldn't believe how much I needed someone to tell me that. But you're great and pragmatic. You've got your lobe in.
Ugh, I love having my lobe. You have no idea.
Yeah.
I love it.
Got a great lobe.
Thank you so much.
Great.
And
lobe.
yeah, you've set the community aflame. So where do you see yourself then?
5 years from now. Interesting. I don't feel that locked into a life path right now. I feel maybe like I'm at a stage where I'm trying to pursue a lot of different options so that when I have a little more clarity when I'm older, a lot of paths will be available to me. But I do think I'll probably be in New York. I think I've settled into a lot of my closest friendships. I think I will probably still have, and I like living in Brooklyn. So I do think I'll probably be in New York, in Brooklyn. I'd like to be still producing live comedy. I really enjoy that. But as far as like, I'm not totally sure where I want my career to be, but I feel like I'm trying to give myself some options where it could be a lot of different things.
You told me a very exciting thing that happens in the fall.
Oh yeah, I got into a graduate program that I'm excited about.
Yay.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to grad school at Columbia in the fall, and that's a 2-year program. And then I don't really know what path that will lead me to, but it's definitely, I'm looking at it as like it's setting me up for a couple different options, all of which I feel interested in. And I think once I actually go to school, I will have clarity on where exactly I want to end up. Yeah.
That's so exciting.
So I'm
I
excited.
love that.
That's beautiful.
I can see you. Yeah, I mean, I see you here. I also, at some point in your life, I feel like you'd be really good at like running like your own shop. Like you'd run like a really good like the Audrey Black School of Treats.
Yeah, I don't see that in my
School of
path at
Treats?
all.
I don't know. Like
It's a shop, but it's called a school? Is
it's,
that what
yes,
you're saying?
it's a shop, but it's called a school because of branding. Because she's good at branding.
And that's
True.
bad branding.
Okay. Well, you try.
That's so
I
funny.
think I could see you getting like. Oh wait, you hate dogs.
I don't hate them, but I'm so allergic that it's hard for me to be around them.
I see, yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I could see you having a pet, but now that's not true.
No, I'm pretty allergic to all the traditional pets. I'm allergic to cats and dogs and horses.
I see you having a lizard.
I used to be really into lizards.
I believe it. We'll see. Prediction correct.
Yeah, you're not all bad at stuff.
Yeah, exactly. What do
You're
you
not
think?
all bad at stuff. Wow.
If Dr. Audrey says so.
Yeah.
Where do you guys think you'll be? Or is this been...
oy.
Oh, let Lucas predict you, and then we'll.
Oh,
track
Oh, yeah.
ourselves,
Where I see you in the future. Remember what your grad program is on?
It's like a communications and business.
Communications and business.
Yeah.
I definitely see you as like a continued successful producer.
Findom.
Thank you.
Findom, yeah.
And a findom.
And a Findom. But yeah, I like your development in comedy. I don't want you to stop.
I definitely want to keep performing. I think I just... I want a more formal education in like branding and marketing and PR and press.
You're good at it. You're very,
thank
very
you.
good.
Yeah. Where can the people see you performing?
Yes,
and
where
where
can
can
they
they
find
find
you?
you?
I host a once-a-month show. It's called Best Night Ever. The Instagram is Best Night Ever Comedy. Come check it out. And then my personal Instagram where I post other shows is audreym.b. So that's where I am.
Nice. And Audrey's going to be my guest host when I am bringing back my show, Wait, But Are You Sure?
Oh, that's exciting.
So I'm very excited for that. It's going to be July 27th at 7 p.m. Besides that, check out our link for the Edinburgh Fringe Festival.
Yes.
We are going to be there August 2nd to 23rd. Lucas, what you got coming up?
Oh my God. I'm going to be headlining a show in Pittsburgh July 20th. I have other shows coming up. I'm going to be Well, tonight I'm doing a show at City Winery, that's irrelevant. But
If you can go back in the past, you can
yes,
see.
if you can go, if you have a time machine, just go to that show. Yeah,
Imagine using a time machine to see live comedy.
yeah. Oh, also,
Kill Baby Hitler.
come to Dan Wix's birthday roast, July 3rd.
No.
I'm gonna have a great time on that show. This will all make sense.
Well, thank you so much, Audrey, for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming back. Thank you, listeners.
Thank you.
And stick around
Stick
for
around
the
for
Patreon.
Patreon.
We've been 2 Nosy Meerkats. See you next time.
Yeah.